Hey guys, welcome to the reading for today. We're going to see what is going on in the energy right now. Before I get into the reading though with the tarot, I have quite a few messages that have come through already. Okay, and the first one being, I keep seeing someone or like hearing someone with a microphone and they have their mouth on the microphone like this, okay? And I keep hearing, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. But kind of like in a stand-up comedian way, okay? I just keep hearing that over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So that is significant somehow, okay? So that's important. Now, the numbers 61 or 16, all right? Or 16 or 61. Those numbers, I keep seeing those numbers, okay? Now, the other thing, last night while I was lying in bed, when I go from the normal waking state to, I think, what's called the delta state, okay? I don't remember all the wave names and stuff, but there's a specific name of the waves that your brain has when it's going into that sleeping state, right? I don't know if it's gamma or delta, I don't remember, but the one where you're right before falling asleep, right? It hit me, okay? Because the letter T kept coming out in my tarot reading yesterday, and then it hit me. T is for tarot. For someone, all right? But not just that. Police misconduct. Okay? Now, I had a crazy synchronicity, and now, like today, this morning, everything's coming together for me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to get on camera right now. And now I keep hearing this, ladies and gentlemen, we got him, okay? So when I uploaded my crime reading yesterday, ever since then, I've been seeing sevens, all right? 777, 77. Even when I opened up my phone just now to start this reading, my battery is at 77%, okay? And when I see 777, that means that something is not the way it seems. Something is not what I think it is. Something is not what it seems. That usually is for me like, okay, use your discernment, right? But ever since that reading, and I didn't even connect this until this morning, because like I said, last night I had that I guess you could call it a download that came through about police misconduct. And then this morning I remember that yesterday while I was driving home, there was a police car in front of me, okay? And this car, it was not an emergency. There were no sirens. They were obviously just kind of cruising around to see, there was like a guy on an e-scooter driving on the sidewalk, and they were braking to kind of check the guy out. So it was obvious that they were kind of looking for something to do, okay? They were not heading to an emergency, nothing. But there was a red light in front of me, okay, or in front of us. And this cop, even though it's a red light and there's no emergency, they're driving like 20 kilometers an hour, so very slow. It's like, I don't know, 10 miles per hour, right? They just drive over the red light. They look to see if anyone's coming, and they just cruise. It was literally them, they just cruised over the red light, right? And I'm looking at them going like, what are you doing, okay? Like, what kind of conduct is that? You're the police. You're supposed to be following the laws. You're supposed to be a role model, but they're just driving over the red light because they can. And then there was another red light in front of that one, and they drove over that one as well. And I'm sitting there going like, what the hell? No sirens, no emergency, just, oh, I'm a cop, so I don't have to stop at a red light if I don't want to. I can just drive over it because I'm a cop. Who's going to stop me, right? And I remembered that the last two numbers of that license plate was 77. Okay, it was like 5 something, another number, and then like 177, right? And it hit me this morning. I was like, 77, police misconduct. And that's what came to me last night. So so I don't know, something about the police, which makes me think again, like my crime reading from yesterday. I was talking about Homeland Security, Customs, soil, but maybe it's not them. Maybe it's the police that's actually in question here, okay? Now, something about this stand-up comedy, I don't know if somebody is into stand-up comedy or if somebody in this scenario here is like a stand-up comedian, not actually, but kind of like at work, okay? Maybe they're like the class clown or the station clown or whatever. And then I got one bad apple poisons the rest. Because I was thinking about this cop car, right? He's probably driving with someone else. Now, let's say he's driving with someone that is like just starting off in the police force. And he's like, well, we can drive over the red light because who's going to stop us? We're the police. Ha ha ha. That person sitting next to him in the cop car is going to think, okay, so one day when I get to drive, I can do it too because my boss always did it. The person that drove us always did it. Why can't I do it, right? It kind of like, it's given me that there's like this could be like a local police station where, did you hear that? What was that? Something just made a noise here. So it could be a local police station where I don't feel like the whole police station is necessarily bad or corrupted, but I feel like there's one bad apple that's a really bad example for the rest of them. And it's kind of teaching everyone that they can do whatever they want because they're the police and they can get away with it. But then when I was looking at this phrase, one bad apple poisons the rest, isn't it one bad apple spoils the rest? But I got it as the phrase, one bad apple poisons the rest. So it could be something about poisoning. Like actual poisoning, okay? Like a case with a poisoning. The other thing that came through, and this is about tarot cards, okay? We have to be very careful with the energy in the tarot cards, especially decks that are given to us as presents, all right? This has only happened twice to me, okay, where other people give me decks, right? Because usually you pick your decks. You pick the ones that you feel drawn to, right? You get intuitively kind of guided to which ones are fit for your energy, right? So you have to be very careful with decks that other people give to you. And like I said, this has only happened twice, but this is part of the message maybe, right? One deck, this one actually, this deck I got from someone who's a counselor, okay? She's like a therapist. And when I started using this deck, I felt that. My readings they felt so psychological, okay? Now, she doesn't do tarot. She does meditate and all that. She is quite spiritual, but she couldn't really do anything with tarot. So I got these cards from her. And they were heavily imprinted with her energy. They still are, to an extent. Now, the other deck that I got was like an oracle deck with angels on it. It had all the different kinds of angels, right? And when I got that deck, though, I had this it came in a package, and when I opened the package, this weird feeling came over me. And all I kept hearing was angel of death, angel of death, angel of death, okay? Which made me very careful. Like there was a weird energy on that deck, extremely dark, extremely weird. And I kept hearing angel of death over and over and over again. So I knew, do not touch that deck. It's a cursed object. Which also brings me to things like Ouija boards, right? It's like this is like lore, okay? Confirmation. I keep seeing like a kid, I don't know, like a child energy, like this giving me something about someone being up in the attic or going through like a grandparent's things, and it's like finding a Ouija board, or finding, sometimes like in movies you'll see like something closed, right? And they'll tell you, don't open that, it's cursed, right? It's cursed. And those things are not a joke. There's a reason why people have a lot of stories about supernatural things happening with Ouija boards, cursed objects, things that have been locked in a box. That is not a joke. Like, energy is attached to certain things, especially evil things. Like, if you ever go near an object and you can feel something evil around an object, that is a big red flag, okay? That is a big warning. Like, if something is truly cursed with a spirit or just some evil intention, you can even feel evil intention through objects. You can. And you'll feel it in your energy, like something just comes over you, like this weird, like something feels heavy in the energy, and you just kind of want to like move around like this, like you'll feel it. So for some reason, that is very important, okay? Especially tools of divination are not to be taken lightly when you're around them. If something feels cursed, don't touch it, okay? Especially things that are used for energy work, right? Something about the angel of death. So that's what I got, guys, all right? But ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Let's see what the message is today, all right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them, right? So let's go. Let's see what's going on today. What is the energy? What is the message? What is the message today? The Ten of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. This has to do with someone coming out of poverty, overcoming a hard time. The Knight of Cups. Oh God, this card right now is giving me that eerie feeling of like something that is supposed to look nice, something that is supposed to look like it's a nice gesture, like it's something with good intentions. But like I said, if something is of ill intention, if something is about it is evil, and you're tapped in, you can feel the energy coming off of the object. It's very strange. If you have felt this or gone through this before, then you'll know exactly how this feels. It's like you get something in front of you and you just feel like it makes you want to do this. Ugh, what is that, right? This has to do with a lot of money, the Ten of Pentacles, an inheritance, or just a lot of money, someone wanting to come out of poverty here. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. All right. So let's see what this is. Five of Pentacles, reverse. The Nine of Cups. Oops. The Five of Wands. And the King of Cups again. So this has to do with some sort of a fight, an argument, a conflict, a disagreement about somebody's desires, what somebody wants, some sort of wish fulfillment, personal desire. Okay. What's the Ten of Pentacles? The Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so there is some sort of corruption here. There's some sort of misconduct that somebody doesn't want you to see. They don't want you to see this, or there's no clarity here, or it's so that you don't find something else. It's so that you don't see something about some sort of a tangible object, some sort of evidence, some sort of thing, all right, that you can hold in your hand, made of the earth. What's the Knight of Cups? The Two of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting some, I was just going to say I'm getting something here. Something just hit me again. And look what comes out, the High Priestess. It just, the download hit me right when this card came out. It's giving me there was a police report. Okay? You could have filed a police report. You could have handed the police an object in question. You could have given them something, some sort of evidence. This has something to do with what they did afterwards. I don't know if they lost it. It's even kind of giving me like they didn't take something seriously, okay? Either they lost it or they didn't take it seriously. We'll have to see where is the misconduct. Is it in the fact that they did not take something seriously? They dismissed something, they just ended up throwing it away? Now they're trying to cover this up, or did they take it seriously and they're trying to still cover it up? I mean, there's definitely a cover up here going on with some sort of police misconduct. The Ace of Wands. This has to do with something that, some sort of action that was taken. Ace of Wands. Somebody took some sort of action. Somebody made a choice. Has to do with a choice that someone made. What was that? I swear that was the light that just went out or turned back on in the hallway. I have a light that turns on and off by itself. I don't know how it does that, but it does. It's recent too. It's only been doing that for a couple weeks. And the Crow. What is going on here? I don't know if you can hear that. It's the crows. They're talking. It's like someone here made a decision. I don't know if they were allowed to make that decision though. I feel like someone here was questioned about something, about a certain decision that they made. But there's something here going on with a superior. I can feel the energy of a superior. Confirmation. Again, the noise. What is going on? Let's see. Five of Pentacles reversed. The Three of Swords. This has to do with some sort of heartbreak, pain, betrayal. The Four of Pentacles. Holding on to something, having something. Somebody's holding on to something that is hurting them. Man, why do I feel like it's like a cursed object, man? Holding on to something that is hurting them. Holding on to something that is hurting them. What do you mean with that? The bad news, Page of Wands reverse. Holding on to something that is hurting them. This could even be like, let's say you give this police officer this cursed object and you refuse to touch it because you can just feel that there's something really wrong with it. Like there's just something in your spirit is like, you can't touch this. Like there's just something very dark about it, right? It's like, do not touch this. I don't know if you must have told the police that you're not touching it. You don't want to touch it. You don't want to be around it. You've wrapped it up in a plastic bag. You're like, get it away from me. Whatever this is. Holding on to something that hurts you. Bad news. Yeah, the Sun, that's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth, okay? So you're like, I'm not touching that. I'm not going anywhere near it. It's cursed. Okay, I don't know how it's cursed. I just know it's cursed, right? Because you can feel it in the energy. The Seven of Wands. Yeah, this is something about you saying, I'm not touching it. I'm not going to go anywhere near it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want it in my house. Get this away from me. There's something wrong with this. somebody gave this to me, get it away from me, I don't want to touch it, don't touch it, okay? Maybe even told the police not to touch it. You're like, don't touch this. There's something really wrong with it. It's very cursed, okay? Very dark, ominous energy around that one. Holding on to something that hurts you. Yeah, you're like, don't touch it. Don't do that. But why is that important? Why does that matter? Because of the police. That's why. Because of the police. So maybe you told the police not to touch this thing, and they did it anyways because they didn't believe you, and you're like, don't fucking touch it, there's something wrong with it, and they do it anyways, or what? Something about the police. This has to do with a great fortune. This 10 of Pentacles, okay? So it has something to do with the cops and a great fortune. Why is the police here involved with something with a great fortune? Because of an investigation. Oh. With an object, something about trying to win at all costs here, somebody doing something deceptive with a payment, with a gift, with a seed, with an investment, with some sort of news, with some sort of evidence. This has to do with somebody doing something deceptive, conniving, backstabbing, manipulative with evidence. All right. What's the Nine of Cups? Somebody fighting here, arguing. The Temperance. Angels. What'd I say? Something about an angel deck. Angel oracle deck. That's significant. This has something to do with angels, okay? The Knight of Swords and some sort of communication, some sort of information communication. About what? Something that was said. Five of Cups. Everybody's fighting now about some sort of communication or something that was said about someone being sad, upset. You know, honestly, I do want to say that whatever happened in this situation, the police, they did not take someone seriously, okay? They didn't. They might have tried calling you crazy. They could have tried, you know, telling other people you're crazy, there's something wrong with you, okay? They could have tried coming after you, you know, making you seem like you're insane, like there's something wrong with you. Especially if it has something to do with tarot, or they come into your house and they know that there's something going on with tarot, or you do tarot, or something with tarot decks around, they see these, they think it's insane. They think there's something wrong with you, you're crazy, okay? It's stigma. This is giving me a lot of stigma and judgment from people that are supposed to be taking you seriously while you're reporting something, okay? And the police, I feel like in this case, they definitely did not take you seriously whatsoever. But they ended up doing something manipulative with the evidence. They did something manipulative here with it. What did they do? Yeah, they did. Five of Swords. They did something manipulative, deceptive, conniving, trying to win at all costs, selfish, manipulation with some sort of, this is drugs. Or it's to get what they want. But why do I feel like it's drugs? One bad apple poisoning the rest, right? A Queen of Pentacles in reverse. A Queen of Pentacles in reverse did something here because this was their own personal satisfaction, or they did this for their own happiness, or what is that? A Queen of Swords. The Eight of Swords, trying to get someone trapped and imprisoned. It's like they're, okay, wait a minute. So you file a police report. You file a police report. You hand in evidence. And they use this as an opportunity to try and get you imprisoned, or what? Yeah, there is a police station here, and it's local. This is not federal. This is local. That is corrupt as hell. Or there's one person there that is just corrupt as hell. Or they have something against you. They have some sort of vendetta. Or they have some sort of friends that don't like you. Yeah. You can't go to this police station to report anything. You're not going to get anywhere. They're just going to laugh at you. Yeah, this is the message about the choice that someone made. Or this has to do with the choice that you made to report something, okay? Or report someone. So what is it that people don't want anyone to find out about? Two of Swords. The gift. Something that was given to you. Something was given to you. You called the police. This is a very specific reading. It's only going to resonate if this happened to you, okay? You call the police. You report someone for trying to give something to you. You hand this in as evidence. Ace of Pentacles. What the fuck happened to it after the police took it? I feel like that's the question, right? What happened to this thing, this piece of evidence that you turned into the police after they took it with them? What then? What happened then? Because somebody here doesn't want anybody to find out about some sort of corruption. Or something illegal that happened. Who's that? Someone that... Courthouse in reverse. Journey in reverse. Because then they can't take something to court, or then something won't move forward in court. Or this is something corrupt in court. They can't move something forward in the courthouse if people find out about this gift and you calling the police on them. Who's that? Who's this person? The Nine of Pentacles has to do with a lot of money or a bribe. The Eight of to work together, it's a bribe. Can't complete a cycle here. Can't close something out. Something has to be released first for this plan to work. It's kind of like your police report was getting in the way of other people's plan for you. So other people are trying to get you messed up here in some sort of way. That's probably why you reported the gift, because you knew that something was off with it, most likely coming from the same people that are involved in this whole mess. And the people trying to set you up are like, oh no, we need to get rid of this problem before our plan can work, right? So great. Collective just reported us to the police. So they had to make something look like it's nice. It was just a nice, kind gesture. There's no evil curse attached to it, right? Hanged Man, no, you were the sacrifice. This was a sacrifice, okay? You were supposed to be the sacrifice. You were. And you felt it. If your intuition kicks in, or it's not, this is not even your intuition. This is like your energy field. This is like the electromagnetic waves that your brain can receive and also emit. Some spirit steps in to your electromagnetic field and says, do not touch this. This is a cursed object. Okay, and you can feel it. Like I keep telling people, like the best way I can describe it is if you are walking down the street at night, or if you are walking alone in the woods and you feel like someone is there behind you or watching you or in the woods, that feeling of like something coming over you, like I feel like I'm being watched, or I feel like there's danger around me, that feeling. If you get that feeling when there is an object in front of you, that means do not touch that fucking object. Okay? High Priestess. You were supposed to be the sacrifice on that day. The Seven of Cups. The Tower. See, that's the thing. These are people that are always trying to make their illusion look like good intention. That's the way they do it. How do you poison someone? How do you poison someone? You put it in things, or you dress it up to make the person not suspect it. If you want someone to eat poisoned food, where do you put it? How are you going to act that person? You're going to try and make it seem like you hate them? No. That's what this is. It's going to look like a nice gesture because that's the only way it works, duh. That's the only way it works. They try and put it in food, in drinks. They try to act like they're your friend. They try to act like they're a nice little neighbor or something like that. That's how they do it. Oh, here, I just baked you something. Don't you want to eat it? No, the fuck I don't, bitch. That's how they try and do it. Or they try to give you a gift. Put it in a package. They write happy birthday on it. That's how they do it. Here, touch this. Don't fucking touch it. That's how they do it. They try to make it look like it's nice. But if your intuition kicks in and you're like, no, I'm not touching this. I'm going to call the police instead. Because I feel like there's something wrong here. I can just feel it. This was a Tower moment to them. Absolute catastrophe. Because they thought that they could confuse you so well. They think that they're so much smarter than you. You don't need to be smart to have spirit around you protecting you. I'm sorry. You don't have to think much when you have a spirit around you, an ancestor, a passed over grandmother, grandfather around you that is like, do not do this. Okay, so, confirmation. I just heard them back there. Just listen to your intuition. And if you ended up calling the cops, it's because your intuition told you to do it. Something told you to do it. You're like, I have to do something. I mean, this could have even been after, like, let's say people have tried multiple times to poison you, okay? But every other time you either didn't drink it, you just threw the food away, there's no proof, no evidence. The one time that you're like, this time I have to call the cops, I have to turn this in as evidence because they keep trying to do this and I never have the evidence. This time I have the evidence, I'm calling the cops. The one time you do it and then you have a police station that is so incompetent and so laughable that they actually just completely ruin the case, or what? They just fuck it up completely because what do they do with it? What happened here is my question. Yeah, what happened in the past? Six of Cups. What happened here? The Ace of Wands. This has to do with you. I feel like you taking this action. 4-4. You took this action to protect yourself. 4-4. This was protection. You took this action because of protection. 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords. I feel like that's just 44. Why do I feel like the 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords? This is also about something that the police must have put down in their report about you refusing to touch an object. It's like I feel like they wrote that down. That you refuse to touch it. Yeah, why the fuck would you touch something that you feel like is cursed? Why would you touch something that you feel like has been poisoned? Why would you do that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, I don't know why do I feel like they wrote that down? They're like, yes, the collective called the police. They refused to touch the item. Yeah, duh. Duh. That's why we called the police. Hello. Like, make it make sense, yo. Absolutely incompetent, okay? 8 of Wands in reverse and the 5 of Cups. Something about you being sad and in distress and being worked up. Yeah. Okay, so this is what they wrote down. Collective is appearing to be very distressed, paranoid, and scared. Collective is appearing to be crazy because they feel like they have a cursed object at home. They did not want to touch this. They vehemently denied and rejected the idea of even going anywhere near it. Well, duh. Why did we call the cops? I mean, this kind of seems like a no-brainer to me, but all right. Am I making sense, or do I sound crazy? Okay. Like, okay, what else? It's something about you saying, I'm not touching this shit. It's something about you. Look, I feel like there was a police officer that was like, they have this in their hand. Okay, so let's pretend this is the thing. They're like, look, collective, I know you're really worked up, but I don't really see anything wrong with this. I mean, look, I'm going to smell it. Look, there's nothing wrong with it. Look, you touch it. And you're like, no, the fuck, I'm not touching it. I'm not smelling it. Don't get it anywhere near me. Keep it away from me. Don't do that. They're like, well, I mean, look, I can smell it. I can touch it if you want. And you're like, don't touch it. Don't smell it. Don't touch it. Leave it there. Don't do anything with it. And they're like, I'm going to do it anyways. Look, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with this. Look, there's nothing wrong. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? I just called you because I think it's poison. What are you doing? And so they go back in their little police report and they're like, collective did not want to touch it. The collective did not want to go anywhere near it. But our police officer takes it out of the plastic bag and touches it and puts their own fingerprints all over it and smells it and everything. Okay, like, that's not your fault that they don't know how to handle evidence, okay? Honestly. King of Cups in reverse. Is this one of the cops that was there that day? What? Just got out of their schooling? Okay, what? 25? Don't even know what the fuck they're doing there or what? Hermit in reverse. They don't want something to be investigated, or they didn't investigate something. King of Wands. They didn't investigate something. They just opened it up. They're like, you call the cops and they're like, well, okay, so we got to pretend it's in a plastic bag because I really feel that's what happened. So it's in a plastic bag and you're like, don't touch it. I don't want to touch it. I feel like there's something on it. And they're like, look, I mean, I don't really think that that's what happened. Let me take it out of the plastic bag. Look, I'm going to touch it for you. Do you want to touch it? I mean, here, you can go through it. And then while we're standing here, we'll see if anything happens to you. And you're like, no, I'm not fucking touching it. Take it with you and test it. That's why I gave it to you. Okay? Let me just go through it and look at it. No, there's nothing going on here. Nothing. Here, you want to touch it? No, the fuck I don't. Like, and they didn't follow up with it, so they just take it outside. They have your evidence in their hand. They're like, okay, we'll take it back to the station. And then they just throw it in the next trash can? Is that what happened? They just throw it in the next trash can after they leave the house or what? Because they don't take you seriously. And a King of Cups in reverse didn't want to look into this, didn't think it was worth their time, didn't want this to be investigated. What? Didn't want anybody to find out about how the police handled this evidence? Yeah, with their fingerprints all over it, okay? Literally. A main male. Who's this? A police officer. Why do I feel like they were there on that day? Why do I feel like this is one of them? Working on that day. Look at them. A main male working on that day, on that shift at a house. What did they say? What did they say about what happened there? I feel like it was not the truth. A marriage. Said something about a marriage. An official person working together with a married couple. A King of Cups in reverse. So this is a cop. This is a dirty cop. The same kind of cop that probably drives over red lights because they can, right? Who's watching? And who's going to stop me and tell me that I can't drive over a red light? Because I'm a cop. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Right? Dirty cop. All right. Something about a judge, adjudication, poverty. is something that, okay, this is going back to my reading from yesterday. Pillar of Justice. Look at what's at the bottom of the deck. Bad health. Pillar of Justice asked this police station for some sort of evidence. Now, I'm not sure if they just asked for the toxicology report, if they asked to see the testing that was done, if they asked to see the case files on this case, if they asked to see the actual gift, the actual thing that was confiscated from you. And the police station is saying what? What are they saying? What are they saying about this absolute police catastrophe here? What is the police saying to Pillar of Justice, the Empress, and the Four of Pentacles? Something about holding on to it, having something in their possession. So they're telling the Pillar of Justice that they have this. I don't think they have it. I think they never took it seriously. I think they threw it away. High Priestess in reverse. Do they have it or do they not have it? The Moon in reverse. Something is now coming to light. Now something is being about the evidence. This is evidence. Something coming to light, an illusion being broken about evidence. And it could even be about how they're trying to cover up the fact that they don't have this evidence by stealing it from somewhere else. Look, you want to know what this is giving me? This is giving me, you hand in evidence. This is not food. This is not a drink. This is something tangible. Something that doesn't spoil, if you get what I'm saying. Okay? You hand this in to them. You hand this over as evidence. They throw it out, don't take it seriously, laugh it off. I don't know what the fuck they did with it. I don't know if they have it. I don't feel like they do. Because I don't feel like they took it seriously. So what they're doing now is they're just going to try and replace it. Or is that what they're doing? They're going to try and replace it and pretend like they've always had it or it was always there. Or do they have it, but they don't want to hand it over? Like, what is it? Where is it? Where is this evidence? Judgment. Trying to create some sort of a manipulation tactic here. They're trying to create an illusion. They're trying to create something now. Create something. What do you mean they're trying to create something? Because they're all fighting about their ego. A Queen of Wands in reverse is fighting with everyone because they got a big fucking ego. Oh, or is everybody fighting with, is this the one that sniffed and handled and touched the evidence and put their fingerprints all over it and didn't believe that there was anything wrong with it? Or everybody's now fighting with a Queen of Wands in reverse because they were in their ego and they just threw it away because they felt like, oh, this is stupid. Like, there's nothing wrong with this evidence. It's not even worth taking it to the station or what? I mean, what happened here? Everybody's now fighting with a Queen of Wands in reverse because they got a big fat ego and they think they know everything better. Know it all. So we got to know it all and then we got a stand-up comedian. Okay, so pick one here in this police station. The Four of Swords, the Five of Swords in reverse. Seeing through the manipulation. Somebody is going to be held accountable. They can't manipulate this. They can't. Something about their silence, okay? Something about their silence. Something they refused to say. They refused to admit. They didn't want to talk about this. They couldn't give someone answers. Now you know. Now whoever this Pillar of Justice, now you understand maybe why these people stayed silent, why they didn't tell you anything, why they couldn't give you answers to this, why they couldn't tell you about the case or what happened to the evidence or the anything that's going on with the case, or is this being investigated? Was there a toxicology report run? Nothing. They can't tell you shit because of police misconduct. Because of whatever was handed in, Six of Pentacles, you gave this to them. They took this evidence with them. They did. On that day, they took it with them. They might have even called the boss and said, boss, what should we do with this evidence? Should we take it? or should we leave it? Boss says, bring it in. What happened to it afterwards? The Hierophant in reverse. Corruption happened. Misconduct happened. Nothing legal happened with it afterwards, or what? Chariot in reverse. It didn't move forward. It didn't move forward. Because of police misconduct, or what? They don't have it. They don't have it. Why do I feel like they don't have it anymore? They don't have it. Why do I feel like they did not take this seriously? And they might have actually just destroyed the only piece of evidence that exists in the case that proves that these people tried to poison you. And the police fumbled it. The police fumbled the evidence. Because they're fucking incompetent know-it-alls. Know-it-alls. That don't take people seriously. Because they're from a little town. This is like little town thinking. Little town thinking. It's like you in your little town say, I think someone's trying to do something to me. And they go, oh, we're not in a Hollywood movie. Things like that don't happen. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And it doesn't make someone crazy. So King of Cups in reverse, that's the same guy that came out in that other reading trying to make you look crazy. So now we know they're a cop. Okay? Now we know they're a cop. Three of Cups, a bunch of friends, a bunch of people, or it could have been 3 officers that came to your house. 3. We have 1 girl and 1 boy, King of Cups and Queen of Wands, and maybe another man. All right, 3 came to the house, possibly. Judgment. Now you're all under judgment, okay? What secret? What is the secret here with these 3 cops that came to your house? What are they keeping a secret? What are they trying to cover up here? These 3 cops. These 3 25-year-olds that came to your house. What about them? Stand-up comedian? Know-it-all? And what's the third one? I don't know yet. Where's the evidence? Why are they covering it up? The 5 of Wands. Something about a fight, an argument, because they can't close something out. There's something that can't be closed. It's a fight breaking out. It's a conflict. It's an argument. They can't close something out. A moment of enlightenment, the sun. A moment, someone is having an epiphany right now, okay? An epiphany about the truth coming out. What's the epiphany? 8 of Cups, someone walking away. A King of Swords. Is this boss? This boss man, King of Swords? This one keeps coming out in the last couple of readings too. So it's King of Swords in reverse, the boss man of this police station that can't give someone any answers as to where the fuck the evidence is. Trying to get away with something. They're trying to get away with something here to get some sort of personal wish fulfillment or some sort of satisfaction or to get what they want. They're trying to get away with it. Not because they didn't handle something correctly. This is not logical, not practical. This is not a good strategy. Something was not done with protocol. Something was not done the right way. Something was not handled a strategic way, a very methodical way. Okay. The evidence. Where the hell is the evidence for this investigation, huh? Where is it? It has to do with the evidence in this investigation and someone feeling extremely burdened, someone having a heavy burden of pressure, feeling weighed down, feeling burdened because of this evidence in this investigation. I just want to know who it is. Like, who's the person that is feeling the pressure right now? Something about a judge, something about adjudication, the judicial system, someone that works in law. Poverty. Oh, I can't have it. I can't find it. We don't have it. Thoughts. Someone is thinking. Thinking about bad health. It has to do with the pillar of justice, wondering about some sort of bad health at the courthouse. Yeah, it's someone, and it's an official person asking questions. And I don't know what's going on with the evidence, but I'm going to leave this reading here. Wealthy man. The evidence is tied to this bank account. The evidence is tied to this money. And the police is helping them cover it up, apparently. The police and the money. The police and the great fortune. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this helps. Thank you for watching. Until next time.